Good morning, dear students. Welcome back again to the YouTube classes. So, in the previous chapter, fundamentals, partnership accounts fundamentals, there you have studied about the meaning and features of partnership, then rules in the absence of partnership deed, if there is no agreement, what are the procedures and all, and how to find about the interest on drawing under product method, then average period method, that is a shortcut method, at the beginning of every month, at the end of every month, and last day of every month. Similarly, when quarterly drawn, when money quarterly drawn, how to find out in the product method and shortcut method. Similarly, and also you have learned about profit and loss appropriation account, okay, and some of the practical oriented question in the previous chapter, okay. So, let us move into the next chapter. So, in the second book, actually I will go to the second book. We have, as I already told you, you have two textbook prescribed by the NCERT syllabus, textbook number 1 and textbook number 2. Textbook number 1 is called non-profit organization and partnership accounts. Textbook 2 is called only company accounts, okay. So, in the textbook 2, the chapter number 1, but actually it is called the chapter number 6. So, accounting for share capital, okay. So, in this chapter you will going to study about how the company will going to issue the shares and how the company will going to distribute. So, in this chapter you are going to study about share capital, okay, issue of share capital, okay. So, before going to the share capital, so first you say you all studied about the meaning of capital. What is the meaning of capital? Money contributed by a owner. So, in business studies you studied that different forms of business ownership, okay, different forms of business ownership, that is called sole trading concern, then partnership, then joint stock company, multinational corporation, then cooperative society, Hindu undivided, different forms of business organization you have studied, okay. Money contributed by a sole trader to start his business is called as a capital. Money contributed by all the partner, whether it is an active partner or sleeping partner or any types of partner, okay. So, when partners is contributing to start a business, that is called capital in case of partnership firm. Whereas, in case of a joint stock company, okay, the capital which is contributed by the shareholder, capital contributed by the shareholder is what you called as share capital. Capital contributed by the shareholder is what you called as share capital. So, then who is a shareholder? Shareholders are the members, shareholders are the subscriber or members of a joint stock company, members of a joint stock company, okay. So, that is what in this chapter you are going to study about what is the meaning of joint stock company, then what are the types of shares company will going to issue, how company will going to issue the shares, what is the procedure for issue of shares, okay, and what is the journal entries for issue of shares at par and issue of shares at premium, okay. So, this is what the chapter is called, accounting for share capital, okay. Moving on to the next part, okay, we will go to the meaning of joint stock company. Meaning of joint stock company. First PUC you all studied about this, the meaning of joint stock company. Just we will have a glance on this, what is the meaning of joint stock company, okay. Yes, what is the meaning of joint stock company? Joint stock company, yes, company should be registered under the Companies Act of 2013. Any company which is registered under the Companies Act of 2013, it is an artificial person, created by law, having perpetual succession, perpetual succession, then common seal, having perpetual succession, then separate entity, First PC had a one definition, okay, defined joint stock company, okay. So company, it should be registered under the Companies Act of 2013 or earlier it was 1956, earlier Companies Act of 2056. Any company which is registered under the Companies Act of 1956 earlier or now recent amendment 2013. A company should be an artificial person created by law, having perpetual succession, separate entity and common seal. That's what you have learned in the first PUC. That's what. So here also, what I have written here, there also some of the features are there, the features of joint stock company. Okay. So what is this artificial person created by law? Features. Features of joint stock company. If you go into the features of joint stock company, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, already 4 features are there in the board. In the definition only features are there. Apart from this, limited liability, transferability of shares. You all studied about this in the first PUC. Okay, transferability of shares. Okay, only few I will going to explain, okay, because it's important only for 2 marks. So only few features I will going to explain. Okay, artificial person created by law. Yes, of course, joint stock company, it is an artificial person, it is created by law, Companies Act of 2013. It's created by law. The company will come into existence as per the Companies Act of 2013. Winding up, closing. To close the company also, they have to follow the Companies Act of 2013. Not only for to start the business, even to winding up of the business also, they have to follow the law. So that is why joint stock company, we are going to call it as an artificial person created by law. They cannot able to breathe. I think you heard that word in first PUC. They cannot able to walk. They cannot able to breathe. They cannot able to eat, but it is an artificial person created by law. Okay, it is created by law as per Companies Act of 2013, starts also 2013 and ends as per the Act 2013. Okay, so that is the first feature, artificial person created by law. Perpetual succession. Okay. Men may come, men may go, but I go forever. You heard that word in first PUC in business studies. Men may come, men may go, but I go forever. What is that? Men may come, men may go, I go forever. In case of a sole trading and in case of a partnership, if a sole trader expire, business may comes to an end. Death, insanity, insolvency of a sole trader, the sole trading firm may comes to an end. Similarly, even in partnership, any of the partner expire, any of the partner become insane, any of the partner become insolvent or criminal, is involved in the criminal case, automatically the firm business, partnership firm business may comes to an end. But in joint stock company, it is not like that. Any death or any insanity or any insolvency of any of the shareholder, company will not comes to an end. Okay, shareholders may come, shareholders may go, but company is running for a longer period. That is what? Perpetual succession. So what I want to say, death or insanity or insolvency of any of the shareholder will not be affected to the running of joint stock company. So that is the second features of joint stock company, perpetual succession. Moving on to the next one, Separate entity, separate entity. In sole trading and partnership, we are going to call it as no separate entity. Sole trader and sole trading firm is considered as one and the same. Similarly, partnership and partnership firm is considered as one and the same. That is why there it is called no separate entity. But in joint stock company it is not like that. In joint stock company it is called separate entity. Separate entity means, of course, as I already told you, the owner of a company, is are called shareholders. The owner of a companies are called shareholders. Okay. Let me take an example. Okay. There are 1000 shareholders. There are 1000 shareholders are there. All 1000 shareholders cannot able to run the company. Out of that 1000 members, 1000 shareholder, some of the selected members are there, elected or selected members are there. They are called board of directors. They are called board of directors. So board of directors, there will be a committee members. They going to take care of the company, not all shareholder. Not all shareholder. Okay. So that is what separate entity in the sense, when company is incorporated, registered under the Companies Act of 2013, when it is registered, immediately shareholders are different, company is different. Shareholders have invested money, once in a year they can able to attend the meeting called AGM, annual general body meeting, but shareholders do not have any right to participate in day-to-day activities of the company. They have no rights in the day-to-day running of the business. Okay. They can ask whatever the question in the annual general body meeting. Okay. So who will going to take care of? Board of director, elected directors, there are directors, there is a committee members are there, they are going to take care of. They are answerable to the shareholders in the AGM, annual general body meeting. So that is called separate entity. Okay. So separate entity, when company is registered, company should be separated from the shareholder. Shareholders no right to participate in day-to-day activities of the business. Okay. So that is about number 3 called separate entity. Moving on to the next one, number 4, common seal. Of course, it is there in the definition, common seal. Seal is nothing but signature, seal, signature, official, rubber stamp. So who can use the rubber stamp? All the shareholder? No, only there are certain persons are there, authorized persons are there. They can use the seal, official seal, very important document. They are going to use this seal. Okay. So only the board of director, only the company secretary, or there are certain authorized persons are there. Only those persons can use the seal or the official rubber stamp of the company. That is what seal is common. Seal is common, whether it is 1000 member, 10,000 member, or whatever number of members. Okay, it is common seal for all one. So only these persons can use because they have authorized. So that is what number 4, common seal. Next, moving on to the next part, limited liability. Of course, sole trading and partnership, you have heard that unlimited liability. Okay, but in joint stock company, the liability of the shareholder is limited. What is that liability of the shareholder is limited? Liability of the shareholder is limited to share capital held by them. How much money is invested? How much money is invested in the company? That much money they are going to lose at the time of winding up when the company is under loss. When company is decided to close, if a company asset is less than liability, I repeat, when company asset is less than liability, they are not losing anything, only they are losing how much money is invested in the business. Okay. For example, one shareholder is invested 10,000 rupees, means he is going to lose only 10,000 rupees, not more than that. Private property is not responsible for the company loss. So they are free. Shareholders, private asset or whatever it is, free from such type of debt. Okay, so that is what limited liability. So the liability of every shareholder is limited to the extent of share capital invested by the shareholder. Okay, next, moving on to the next one, transferability of shares. Transferability of shares. What is the transferability of shares? Of course, you have studied about two types of company, private company and public company. Okay, so public company, especially public company, shares can be transferred. Where the shares can be transferred? Of course, that is called stock exchange. Stock exchange. Okay, so public company shares can be freely transferred. Freely in the sense, of course, as per the share market, what is the price is going on, as per that they can transfer to any person. Okay, if a person is not interested to continue as a shareholder in X company, for example, X company, if they are not interested, means yes, they can sell the X company share in the stock exchange. Okay, so that is what shares of public company can be transferred to any person, but not private company. Okay, still many features are there, enough. That is 6 features I explained about this. So out of these 6, they may ask to write the features of joint stock company or state the features of joint stock company. That okay. Moving on to the next part, types of companies. On the basis of members, company is divided into 2, private company and public company. Of course, you studied this in the first year PUC, but anyway, we will have a glance on that also. On the basis of liability, company is divided into company limited by shares, company limited by guarantee and unlimited company. Come to this one. On the basis of member, company is divided into 2, private company and public company. What is the meaning of private company? Private company is a company which is having not less than minimum paid up capital of rupees 1 lakh or more than or 1 lakh or more. Paid up capital should be 1 lakh rupees or more, that you have studied in first PUC. Paid up capital 1 lakh or more. Number 2, minimum members should be 2 and maximum members should be 200. In a private company, minimum 2 should be there and maximum 200. Number 3, company shares cannot be dealing. Company shares or debentures are not subscribed to the public. Number 4, must end with the word private limited. Any private company must end with the word private limited. And number 5, these type of shares are not selling to the outsider. That means this type of company shares are not dealing in stock exchange. They are not dealing in the stock exchange. Okay, so that's what private company. Minimum paid up capital of rupees 1 lakh or more. Minimum 2 members and maximum 200 members. Shares or debentures of private companies are not subscribed. Private must end with the word private limited, and this type of company shares are not dealing. That means cannot be transferred, not dealing in the stock exchange. Public company. What is the meaning of public company? Public company is a company which is not having less than 5 lakh rupees paid up capital, 5 lakh or more. A company which is not having less than 5 lakh rupee paid up capital is called public company. Minimum 7 and maximum no limit, unlimited. Shares or debentures of the company can be subscribed. Shares or debentures of the company can be subscribed to the public and must end with the word limited. Or company limited, and these types of shares are dealing in the stock exchange. They can transfer. Shares can be, public company shares can be transferred. Okay, I repeat, public company minimum paid up capital of rupees 5 lakh or more, minimum 7 member, maximum no limit. Shares or debentures of the company, shares or debentures of public company can be subscribed to the public. Company limited or limited, end with the word limited. and this type of shares are dealing in the stock exchange. So this is about private company and public company. Next, moving on to the next part, on the basis of liability. So companies are divided into three: company limited by shares, company limited by guarantee, and unlimited company. What is this company limited by shares? The shares of the company is limited to the extent of unpaid up capital. Company limited by shares means the company shares are limited to the extent of unpaid up capital. Unpaid up capital means, for example, let me take me as an example. One share is 100 rupees. Okay, let me take one share is 100 rupees. That 100 rupees shares company will not going to collect in one installment. They may going to collect in, for example, one application stage, allotment stage, first call, final call, like that. 100 rupees, for example, application 20, allotment 30, first call 30, final call 20. They are going to divide like this. One share price is 100 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 30 rupees, 20 rupees, like that they are going to divide the installment. For example, if I am going to invest 1000 rupees, 1000 shares, I am sorry, 1000 shares. If I am interested in 1000 share means, okay, I have paid application money, I have paid allotment money, I have paid first call money. That means on 1000 share 80 rupees I have paid, means 80,000 rupees I paid to the company to become a shareholder. Application paid, allotment paid, first call paid. So the remaining balance is final call. Final call money the company may call it any time. Okay, at the time of winding up, closing the company, okay, company will going to say that you have paid 1000 into 80 rupees, so now you have to pay 1000 into 20 rupees. So I have to pay 20,000 rupees. So that is what company limited by shares means. The shares or the liability of the shareholder is limited to the unpaid up capital. Okay, so I have to pay only 20,000 rupees. That's all. When company, whether it is under loss or not. So 80,000 plus 20,000, only 1 lakh rupee I have to pay to the company. So that is what you call company limited by shares. Okay, company limited by guarantee. Company limited by guarantee means, in this, some of the shareholder will going to give a guarantee saying that when a company is under loss, at the time of winding up, company is under loss, from my side, not only I am losing the share capital, I will going to give guarantee of rupees 1 lakh. That means at the time of winding up, when company is under loss, so the shareholder, how much guarantee amount he is saying that much guarantee amount he has to give it to the company. That is called company limited by guarantee. Unlimited company, this type of companies you cannot able to see in India, because Companies Act of 2013 is not giving permission to such type of company called unlimited company. Unlimited liability you can see in the sole trading and partnership, but not in the company. Okay, so that is what company limited by shares, company limited by guarantee, and unlimited company, then public company, private company. So this is about the types of companies. Okay, so moving on to the next part. Okay, next coming to the meaning of share. What is the meaning of share? As I already told you, the capital which is contributed by a shareholder, it's what you called as a share capital. Then what is the meaning of a share? So you heard that word, a Companies Act. A share is a share in the share capital of a company. A share is a share in the share capital of a company. The share capital of a company will be divided into small unit. Each unit is what we called as a share. The share capital of a company will be divided into small unit. Each unit is what we called as a share. What is that share capital? For example, the share capital of a company is 10 lakh. Share capital of a company is 10 lakh. Company is authorized to issue 10,000 shares. Company is authorized to issue 10,000 shares. That means, so share capital of a company will be divided into number of shares. So you are getting 100 rupees. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 100 rupees you are getting. So this is called 1 unit. This is called 1 unit. So if anybody wants to become a shareholder, they have to pay 100 rupees. So 1 unit is what we called as share. So 1 share value is 100 rupees. Some company it may be 10 rupees. Okay, 10 rupees is what we called as 1 unit. So I repeat, what is the meaning of share? The share capital of a company will be divided into small unit. Each unit is what we called as share. In my example, 100 rupees is 1 unit. This 100 rupees is what we called as a share. The person who will going to purchase the share, they are called as shareholder. The person who going to purchase the share, they are called as a shareholders. Okay. So next, moving on to the next one. Types of share. Types of share. There are 2 types of share a public company can issue. Number 1, equity share. Number 1, equity share. It is also called ordinary share. Ordinary share. Number 2, preference share. Number 2, preference share. So public company can issue 2 types of share, equity share and number 2, preference share. Equity share, what is the meaning of equity share? Equity share do not carry preferential right. Do not carry preferential right in respect of payment of dividend or repayment of capital at the time of winding up. Repayment of capital at the time of winding up. And equity shareholders dividends are fluctuating. Equity shareholders dividends are fluctuating and they have voting power, voting rights. They have voting rights. This you have to remember. I repeat, equity share. What is the meaning of equity share? Equity share are those shares which do not carry preferential right in respect of payment of dividend and at the time of winding up repayment of capital, they also do not carry preferential right. And shares, equity shares dividends are fluctuating. Equity share dividends are fluctuating and they have voting rights. Voting rights in the sense, voting power to elect the board of director. Only equity shareholder have power to elect the board of director. So who is the board of director? Board of director is a member who will go in, member of a shareholder, is a member in a company, is a shareholder, and you will going to taking care of the day-to-day activities of the business. Okay. So that is what, do not carry preferential right, dividends and repayment of capital, dividends are fluctuating and they have voting power or voting rights. Preference share, what is the meaning of preference share? Preference shares carry preferential right, preference share carry preferential right for the payment of dividend or repayment of capital. At the time of winding up, repayment of capital, first preference is given to the preference shareholder and dividends of preference shareholders fixed, it's not fluctuating and they do not have power to elect voting, they do not have power to elect the board of director. I repeat, preference share. Preference shares are those shares which carry preferential right at the time of payment of dividend or at the time of winding up of the company repayment of capital. Then dividends of preference shareholders are fixed and they do not have voting power or they do not have voting rights to elect the board of director. Okay. So this is about today's class. Meaning of joint stock company, features of joint stock company, then types of companies and meaning of share and types of shares. Okay. With this today's class I will going to end up. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.